According to the Pew Research Center, 21% of all adults in the United States use Twitter. With that number constantly being on the rise, journalists who post to social media are under attack like never before. This issue is even more prevalent with female journalists. I got a chance to speak with 3 different female journalists who have faced online harassment. Now with an @ or a hashtag, anyone from anywhere can contact their favorite or least favorite journalist. This allows for a huge lack of protection and security, especially for female journalists.
What do you think is the biggest problem that female journalists face today?
I think the biggest problem that female journalists face, I think, is the professional culture that makes it okay for them to be abused and harassed online and to just take it.
It's this notion that some men have that we're invading their space, that the sports arena, when I say sports arena, where sports is discussed on talk radio or where sports is discussed in the papers, that this is sort of a male preserve in some respect, and that men like to go there to talk sports with other men. And there's this sense, perhaps, on the part of some men who feel the need to harass female journalists, that women who are out there as experts and either giving their opinion or putting out news articles, that they're somehow invading this male domain, or at least a domain that they would like to be all male.
And I've had people tell me, well, you know a lot, but I just don't want to hear your voice telling me about it. That's not for you, and I don't get that.
Have you ever had a problem in being harassed online by someone?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Last week, or a couple of weeks ago, it was pretty severe. I was just live tweeting the BU Play It Forward event, and I wasn't sharing an opinion or anything. I was just literally tweeting, Julie DeCaro said this, Sheriff Springer said this, and that was about it, and just using the hashtag or whatever. And people started just being like, women's sports are not good, men's sports are just better. And I'm genuinely just like, why? Tell me why. Why don't you like the NWHL? Especially Bob Sweeney made a comment of Hillary Knight could coach the Boston Bruins. And Hillary Knight's the best hockey player I've ever seen, gender doesn't matter. So I was all for that. And I tweeted that comment because that just spoke to me. I thought that was really an important comment to make. And a lot of people just attacked me for it, and it wasn't a lot of fun. That's probably one of the worst times. The more I've been involved in sports journalism, the more I see it. And I used to always tell people, oh, I really haven't had any problems, so I must just be fine. I get along with everyone.
I get the sense that it's about attacking a woman who's writing about sports. It has nothing to do with what I've said in an article or what I've said on a radio show or what I've said on a television show. It's simply, they don't like me in that space. That's the impression I get, because oftentimes what they're saying has nothing to do with my commentary.
With this being such a huge problem, the question remains, what do you do when someone harasses you online? Dr. Michelle Ferrier at the University of Ohio believes she has an answer in her website, trollbusters.com.
As the founder of trollbuster.com, what would you say is the purpose or the mission statement of the website?
And so we jokingly call ourselves the online pest control for women writers. But really what we do is provide rescue services to women journalists and women writers who are experiencing online harassment. And so our goal is to support them technologically, psychologically, legally, with referrals and the information they need to be powerful in the face of these online attacks. First thing that we do is get information from the actual person who's being attacked about who they're being attacked and why they think they're being attacked. But what we try and do is first and foremost help them feel a sense of power in the situation, because it's a situation that can devolve very quickly and leave you feeling confused and powerless and questioning yourself. And so what we try and help women understand is that this is a tactic that's used to create fear and intimidation for women journalists.
Cyberstalking is considered a crime in almost every state. However, in most cases, the victim must prove that the threat is ongoing and that the threat proves to be life-threatening. Unfortunately, it seems as if female and minority journalists have a long way to go before we are treated with the same respect as our male counterparts. Reporting from Boston University, I'm Channing Curtis.